Hello there, world of tankers. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, I'll be playing in the Tier 8 German collector tank destroyer, the Skorpion G. This is one of the most widely known vehicles in the game. It's actually the #1 purchase tank on World of Tanks PC, and I'm not exactly sure how many people own this tank in Blitz, but I'm assuming quite a few. Now, what makes the Skorpion G a dangerous vehicle? Well, first of all, it has a really good gun. 460 damage per shot, solid DPM, but the most important part is the accuracy. 0.246 dispersion is incredibly good, especially when you realize, again, that this thing chunks in terms of its damage. So it's got a really hard-hitting gun and great DPM and overall capabilities. But if that's not enough, it also has a top speed over 50 kilometers per hour, has a fully traversing turret, and decent camo values. You add all that together, and yeah, it's no wonder why the Skorpion G is quite a capable vehicle. Now, there are downsides. It is incredibly easy to shoot, it has absolutely no armor, and that means that it's a high explosive magnet. So anybody that does have a brain shooting at you is generally going to cut through your armor pretty quickly. But at the same time, you are going to be cutting through enemy armor pretty quickly, so it works both ways, right? Either way, up against us, we have a T-34, a KV-4, and a Tiger 1. And in terms of mediums, a Panther 2, 122 DM, and a 1357. Now, I'm going to head over towards the heavy side. We're going to see if we can farm out those vehicles first. Now, the power to weight on this tank, not the best, but because we have a slight downhill gradient here, we should be able to get right up to 50. There you go, 52, 53. Yeah, this thing is fast, and that's great because especially on a map like Dead Rail, being able to get in the position quickly gives us the ability to bleed out the enemy if they try poking the hill early or try making an aggressive crossing. So we're already in position just like that, which is pretty good. And if we chill right here, we shouldn't even be spotted if something goes into base C. So let's wait. We have our Dracula in mid, and looks like the Panther 2 just got actually chunked. Nothing else is really going on, though. I mean, there you go. Nice. 428 damage into the 1357. And that player is basically done. Now, what we don't know is where the heavies are. None of the heavies have been detected yet, which is definitely quite odd. I don't know what they're doing. Oh, there you go. We got a T-34 over here. Let's see if that T-34 continues, and he does, and there you go. Nice 502 damage shell into his vehicle. We're going to reload again, and we're going to chill right here where we should be undetected. Okay, well, we actually did get spotted. As you can see, the camouflage values of this vehicle are not very good. And it is something you have to keep in mind while driving this tank, because if you're going to get out spotted, it's not going to go great for you. But we're going to aim it on the side of the T-34, aiming. Boom, there you go. 591 damage. That's a big old juicer. I'm going to... you know what? I'm going to out-reload the VK, so I might as well get some extra damage, right? Reload again. We got 5 seconds left. An enemy spawn camping Tiger 1. We have the KV-4 right over here. Let's aim it on that KV-4. Nice. 460 damage shot right there. That puts us up to 2,100 damage. Okay. Well, now we're going to push towards the enemy Tiger 1. We have G-Sor 1008 in the back, so we're going to move over here. Let's see if we can take that G-Sor out of the game. Boom, there you go. 403. And that leaves us just with the Tiger at this point. Well, we've already done 2,500, which is quite good. And let's aim it on that Tiger. And boom, there you go. 466. That places us over 3,000 damage. And I think this game alone was already a fantastic representation of the Skorpion G, right? I mean, the gun is super duper accurate. The DPM allowed us to output a lot of damage. Penetration buttered right through the enemy. We didn't miss a single shot, but that's what the Skorpion does. It is a skill-based tank, but if you know what you're doing, this thing can really output the damage. Even, you know, the thing that I always love about, like, tank destroyers is that even if you're fighting tier 9s, you generally don't have to worry too much, right? I mean, if you're in a tier 8 heavy and you're fighting tier 9 heavies, it's going to be a bit of a rough experience because you're going to try and cut through vehicles that have more armor than you, have more alpha damage than you, that have more DPM. and more hit points. So because of that, you're in a flat disadvantage. But when driving a tank destroyer, sure, I might have less penetration than a tier 9 TD, but against tier 9 heavies, I'm still going to cut right through their armor with my standard or premium rounds. And then you pair that with the fact that this tank still has good DPM and great accuracy. It really doesn't matter what tier you're fighting, 7, 8, or 9, you're generally going to cut through them pretty quickly. And the only real downside is that you don't have a lot of hit points, right? I mean, a tier 9 can take a big chunk of your health buff, but so can a tier 8. The Borsig on the enemy team and the T-49 both have the ability to bring me down to a one-shot in just a single shell. So, yeah, I mean, I really don't think there's much of a difference between tier 8 and tier 9 in terms of the dangerous level. It's really just down to everything else that goes on. Now, we are going to start this game by moving over towards this bush back here. Of course, our T-77 is also going to go back here. That's when you have a skilled teammate, when he's going to spawn camp in a bush. But, yeah, we're going to chill right here for now, and we'll see. We got the T-49 detected. Not able to hit him yet, unless he pokes. We obviously can also overlook that crossing there, but so far, only one vehicle detected, and their team isn't doing a whole lot, judging that that T-49 went there alone and is now being completely outplayed. We have the IS-5, which means that, realistically, most of their team's going to be on that flank of the map, and we can see that right now. We have the P-44 Pantera. I need to quickly head over to this ridge in front of me here, and we might be able to do a little bit better. Let's see. Speed is key. Obviously, the Skorpion, again, having that mobility is quite nice, but, oh, we have the enemy 53, which we get a nice shell into for 467. All right, well, let's reload again. This game's looking like a big old defeat, though, if I'm going to be real. Our team is looking pretty poor. Look at that shot, though. That was a crazy shell into the enemy Pantera. I'm so surprised that that ended up hitting. And again, it's a great example of where the gun on this tank is. It's insane. I mean, really, the level of accuracy this thing features is really good. Unfortunately, we just got shot by an SU-152 most likely, sitting somewhere in the back over there. Yep, there he is. And we're going to get a nice shell into the SU's lower plate. Let's see, is our T-77 going to shoot him? Hits him once and hits him twice. Okay. I mean, this is a winnable game. I will say that. We are pretty even right now in terms of hit points. And I'm still alive, which means our team still has some sort of capabilities. The problem is, if they flank behind, it's going to be a very, very poor situation for me. We're going to move down into cover here, and I'm just going to push the LTG. I should out-reload him, and even if I don't, I'm still going to kill him in a second. There you go. So, he's gone. We don't have to worry about him anymore. And I'm still one-shot anyway for vehicles like the T-49, so I'm not really worried about that. Let's see. I'm not able to hit that T-49, unfortunate, but we'll just back in the cover for now. We have the IS-5 in the open, and not able to hit that. I'm going to back up, and I'm not really sure what I want to do. I mean, the IS-5 looks like he's going to be making a pretty aggressive poke, and I'm going to chill right here. Let's aim it on that IS-5 hatch. Boom! Look at that accuracy, dude. I mean, that's crazy. The fact that we hit that, that is absolutely crazy. As I've mentioned, the level of accuracy this thing features is kind of unmatched. Now, that T-49 is trying to flank wide, and our M30 is doing horrible. We have the P-44 Pantera over here. There you go. Nice shell into the Pantera, bleeding him down the 200 hit points. That's also quite good. We have the IS-5, who might make their way into the open. Boom, there you go. Nice 403. Easy shot into the IS-5. We're going to back up, and let's see if we can get another shell. Unfortunate. However, if they continue, there you go. We've taken the IS-5 out of the game. That's pretty important. Oh, I'm dead, though. Unfortunate, but nothing you can do about the T-49. I even knew he was going to make his way there, but obviously when you don't have the shell, doesn't really make much of a difference. Our team was pretty horrible. I mean, that's just kind of a fact. We didn't have any team support most of this game. Our mediums over-aggressed and they got killed, and, well, our heavies weren't a whole lot better. But we ended up dealing 3,500 damage again. I mean, you can see where the Skorpion G does well. Again, we did not miss a single shot. We hit some crazy shots on the enemy Pantera, and we kind of bled everything out. It's an amazing gun on a tier 8 that can kind of get away with what it wants. And it's really only once your team starts to fall apart that your vehicle is going to fall apart. So, yeah, I do genuinely believe that the Skorpion G is an incredibly strong vehicle. Just unfortunately, when you get teammates like this, any tank is going to fall apart. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. But let's watch our T-77 die, and we'll take a look at the post-game results. I have a feeling our team did not do a whole lot of damage there. But, as I said, there's only so much you can do, and especially in a lightly armored tank destroyer, you know, you're putting out damage, there's not much else you're really able to do. You don't have the flexibility to use your armor or your hit points. So there you go. We did over double the next highest on our team. We even did more damage than the entire enemy team, so yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.